Physical power, intellectual power, resourceful power, power over people. You cannot escape it. You are forced to play. And because you are forced to play, you must decide whether you will love the game or hate it. Those who hate it will struggle. They'll be walked all over, ridiculed, and will most likely fail to acquire materialistic success. Those who love it, however, will thrive, because by loving something you will continue in pursuing it, and by constantly pursuing it you will no doubt get competent at it. Johan Liebert. A very mysterious and elusive man most certainly used the 48 laws of power to deceive and manipulate his victims. This video may seem crude and dark to some, but I must assure you, this is the reality. If your goal is to become successful, you need to watch this video all the way to the end. And not only that, you also need a pen and a notepad to write the best points down so you don't forget. If you don't do any of this, you're just admitting that you're a consumer, only watching for entertainment. Which is completely fine if you want to be manipulated by someone who takes this seriously. In this video, you will learn about the laws of power, how Johan Liebert used the laws, and the dangers that you need to look out for. This is the power analysis, and you're watching Johan Liebert and the 48 laws of power. Law 39. Stir up waters to catch fish. Anger and emotion are strategically counterproductive. You must always stay calm and objective. But if you can make your enemies angry while staying calm yourself, you gain a decided advantage. Put your enemies off balance. Find the chink in their vanity through which you can rattle them, and you hold the strings. All this is using your logic rather than feelings. Because with logic, you can throw your enemies off while staying calm yourself. But what most people misunderstand about this law is that you have to kill off your emotions entirely, which just isn't true. Your emotions are there, and they will always be there. It's all about feeling the emotions and keeping them under control. When you make someone emotional and rattle them, best believe they'll reveal some information to you that you would have never received if you hadn't have interacted with them, which is why this law is so important. It's a law of receiving information. How did Johan Liebert use Law 39? In probably the best sequence ever in Monster, we see Johan Liebert meeting with Richard Brown at a bar to ask him questions for his university paper. Johan keeps stirring the waters during the conversation, asking him about the boy he killed when he was drunk on duty, bringing up laws that he had broken, and even asking if he wanted to drink, knowing fully well that he's trying to recover from his alcohol addiction. Richard is visibly pissed, so Johan invites him to walk for a breath of fresh air, taking an alcohol bottle in the process. They get to the roof, and Johan reveals a disturbing truth. Richard was never drunk that day when he killed the boy. He wanted to kill him. Knowing fully well that Richard is mentally fucked right now, Johan takes the opportunity and hands him the alcohol bottle. Richard deletes himself. No one will go to this length in real life because it's just an anime. And if you actually did, you'd be a psychopath. But can we just analyze how well Johan stirred up his victim? Knowing your victim's background goes a very long way when you're trying to get something out of them. The worse the information, the better. Dangers of Law 39. There are downsides to this law. If you stir the waters with dark information that you have on people, some of them won't even care. And boom, your plan fails. Not only because they didn't give you what you wanted, but also because your cover is blown. If they truly did care about the information you had on them, they wouldn't dare to tell others about your immoral actions. If you stir waters emotionally and are trying to get information out of someone, depending on the person, you won't ever get any information out of them. Some people close up verbally and physically as a defense, whereas some people would say, they'll go cold on you. If you want Law 39 to work even better for you, use Law 17. But before I reveal the law, not a lot of you know that I make music. Yes, you can hear the power analysis, rap, sing, and scream. Let's go. But seriously, I'd appreciate it very much if you gave it a listen. My artist name is Los Diablos. I am on Spotify, and I have alt-rock songs like Resting Poker Face, pop songs like Spider Fingers, hyperpop songs like You Think You're Hot, and an XXXTentacion Screamo type song like Death Cult. Thank you so much for the support. I love you guys. Law 17. others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. Humans are creatures of habit with an insatiable need to see familiarity in other people's actions. Your predictability gives them a sense of control. Turn the tables. Be deliberately unpredictable. Behavior that seems to have no consistency or purpose will keep them off balance, and they will wear themselves out trying to explain your moves. Taken to an extreme, this strategy can intimidate and terrorize. Some people who have read the book still don't understand what this chapter actually means, so I will explain it to you in simpler terms. For the people who have tried to change a part of your personality due to dissatisfaction in their life, for example, laziness, procrastination, maybe a way of thinking that isn't necessarily good for you. Let's say you were previously lazy, waking up at 12 in the afternoon, not cleaning your room, and getting your work done last minute. This is how people have seen you for a very long time. This is what they identify you with. Well, now, you decide to do the opposite. Wake up at 5 a.m., getting your work done as soon as possible, and having a clean environment. What do the people around you think now? He's acting strange. He's not being himself. Wow, he did the complete 180. I wonder how he did it. These people have a weapon in their hand and they're aiming it at your image. They criticize your change instead of praising it because you changed so quickly, it was unpredictable. Not only that, if your change was a positive one, you'll make others insecure about their own life because they don't want to change themselves. They don't want to accept that you're better than them, which is why people usually spread rumors and hate comments if they feel threatened. There's also people out there who don't believe that a personality can be changed, so their usual attack method is to call you a faker. The example I gave you just now isn't exactly a quick, unpredictable change, but I'm sure you understand my point on how to be mysterious in the short term and long term. Change quickly. Change a lot. The more unpredictable, the greater the terror. How did Johan Liebert use Law 17? Johan was always unpredictable. Even though his screen time was only 30 minutes, it felt like he was present in every episode. We never knew what his next action would be, and characters would freeze in his presence just because of his reputation and calm speech. He looked like he was a kind man. He did not behave like one. He befriended the old dude, made him imagine a nice park, and then burn his library down. But what really got to me is that he disguised himself as Nina, which I found pretty unsettling. I really hope Johan didn't play the character too well and go all the way. Anyway, Johan was never consistent. Every action that he took was different, never the same, which is why he was so unpredictable, not only to the characters, but to us. Dangers of Law 17. Once you get into the world of employment, you'll need to scale this law down, otherwise you'll just look weird to everyone around you, and you might get fired. Though the best way to not seem weird is to not do anything negatively unpredictable and stick to positive unpredictability. If there's a coworker that you like, reveal something very interesting about yourself every week that they would have never guessed about you. This information will spread to other coworkers because that's just what happens naturally when everyone is bored. The other danger we already discussed. People will become insecure and therefore will attack your image, saying that you should stop pretending to be someone you're not. You must ignore them, because to truly change in the first place, you need to act like someone you're not yet, and you will develop into it over time. If you want others to see you as a superior being, getting the work done, succeeding 10 times faster than anyone else in your class, you need to pick up Mindbreaker. Over 1,000 people have read this book already, and it has changed many lives. Daniel, who is 16 years old and lives in England, said he was failing in mathematics and history for his GCSEs. His predicted grades were a 3 for both of them, which is the equivalent of a D, a failing grade. Since he was already a viewer of this channel, he bought Mindbreaker, incorporated my proven techniques, and his grades skyrocketed to a 9 in history, A star in America, and an 8 in mathematics, A in America. Obviously, his other subjects had a boost in grading too, but his main priorities were mathematics and history. There's been many occurrences of this throughout the year. It has 4.7 stars out of 5 on Amazon, with many positive reviews on how their lives have changed. If you want your grades to skyrocket like Daniel's, if you want to be at the top of your classes, get Mindbreaker right now. Law 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Reputation is the cornerstone of power. Through reputation alone, you can intimidate and win. Once it slips, however, you are vulnerable, and you will be attacked on all sides. Make your reputation unassailable. Always be alert to potential attacks and thwart them before they happen. Meanwhile, learn to destroy your enemies by opening holes in their own reputations. Then stand aside and let public opinion hang them. Johan Liebert had a reputation of being a top-tier criminal, yes, but he also had a reputation that inspired fear into people. His underlings did not dare to cross him, and once people came into his presence, they were paralyzed. Making others fearful from your reputation isn't necessary. You can pick other traits, like honesty, dedication, hardworking, a lover, and so on. Pick something that you want to be associated with, and make sure to throw it out to the public so they can place that in their memory. How did Johan Liebert use Law 5? Johan purposefully altered his actions to change his reputation. He joined a university to have a title of a university student. He befriended George Sherwood's son just to get close to him. But in all honesty, the way your reputation is made is literally by taking action and making it seen by others. Trying to create a reputation and trying to show it to people is a lot more difficult and time-consuming compared to actually just being the person you want to be identified as. This is an anime. Johan is meant to seem godlike, but you're not a character, and this is real life. Your best course of action is to become who you want to be. Dangers of Law 5. Your reputation can always be ruined. One wrong move and you're gone. To give you a recent example, Josh Giddey, a player in the NBA, was exposed to be a child groomer. What do you think happens to him now? He went from getting millions of dollars playing in the NBA, people loving him, having a huge following on social media, brand deals. He will never get back to that point. He will always be labeled as a groomer, and people will stay away from him. This is the power of reputation. One wrong move, and you're out of the game. Law 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. The way you carry yourself will often determine how you're treated. In the long run, appearing vulgar or common will make people disrespect you. For a king respects himself and inspires the same sentimental in others. By acting regally and confident of your powers, you make yourself seem destined to wear a crown. Have respect for yourself. Don't let anyone walk over you. If someone tries to, interfere with it. Show that you won't back down and tell them to stop. If they keep disrespecting you, your only choice is through the physical, to fight. A broken nose is the only way to get through to them. How can you be seen as a king if you're getting played with? You'll look like a joke instead. There is no respect to those who let life happen to them, only to those who create their own reality. How did Johan Liebert use Law 34? The simple answer is the way he carried himself. You can feel it. You can see it. You can sense the confidence in knowing that he'll be unharmed. Another character I'd like to point out is Negan from The Walking Dead, especially in Season 6, Episode 16 at the end. Super confident, to the point you can literally feel it oozing out of your screen. Confidence doesn't fall out of the sky, it's made. And if you want confidence, you have to make it. The way you look boosts confidence. Your goals and what you do every day boosts confidence. And the strongest one yet, what you have done in the past brings confidence, because that is what defines your image. This is the way to build your confidence in the real world. Dangers of Law 34. There is only one danger of this law, and it's if you use it incorrectly. This law does not mean act like you're better than everyone else. It means to have respect for yourself, because if you respect yourself, you won't take shit from anyone else, which in turn will make them respect you. Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Coercion creates a reaction that will eventually work against you. You must seduce others into wanting to move in your direction. A person you have seduced becomes your loyal pawn, and the way to seduce others is to operate on their individual psychologies and weaknesses. Soften up the resistant by working on their emotions, playing on what they hold dear and what they fear. Ignore the hearts and minds of others, and they will grow to hate you. This law is pretty much hardcore manipulation. It's building trust with a person who you don't really care about but want something from them. It's isolating our prey from any external influences and indoctrinating them with your thoughts and information. It's spending time with them, to the point they see you more than their family members. It's doing things together. It's introducing them to new things so they think of you every time they do that activity. You're getting to their heart. You're getting into their mind. How did Johan Liebert use Law 43? We could all see that Johan was trying to get very close to Hans Schuwald, and he succeeded. As stated earlier, he got very close to him by being with him for long periods of time. He was basically his right-hand man. He gave all of his trust to him. That is what you need to do. Trust. Gain trust, because when you do, almost everything you tell them, they will believe. Dangers of Law 43. However, if you gain their trust, you tell them a lie, and they find out that you are lying, game over. All of that hard work you put in means nothing once you get caught in a lie, because now they will never trust you fully, even if you get back on good terms. Another danger of this law is simply this: once you start spending long periods of time with someone, you will no doubt get attached, even if it's just a little. If you truly want to play the game, understand that it will take a huge emotional toll on you during separation, before separation, and after separation. Use this law carefully, or else you will drag in unwanted attachments.